Hey there, it's Jen, and I wanted to read you a little bit of writing from a man named Henry Schroeder, who was a medical doctor. He wrote a book in the mid-70s called The Poisons Around Us, and this happens to be one of the references that Dr. Eck used for his work, and he went into understanding how air, water, cookware, and food were leading to roles in sickness and death. And he has this metals in the human body description of the human body with minerals, which is absolutely the best I have ever seen it explained. And I wanted to read it to you so that you could get a little essence of why controlling and having your body in balance with minerals is so important, and how our world has been consumed by false understanding of the way the body works, and thinking that everything that we have to keep our bodies healthy and well has to be through some ridiculous medical test. And it really comes down to you understanding your body and your bio individuality. So I'm going to read this to you so that you can get a little bit of an idea of how wonderful keeping your body healthy is. Since his beginning, man has been dependent on metals for life itself. This dependency he shares with all living things on this earth, and undoubtedly on other planets. Man has a functioning structure that is composed of 23 or so elements. His muscles and organs are made of proteins, which contain carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen with some nitrogen. His starches or carbohydrates and fats consist of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. His body is 61% oxygen, 23% carbon, 10% hydrogen, and 2.6% nitrogen. So we're nearly 3/4 gas. 3.4% of his weight is made up from 8 bulk elements. This is really important. So somebody weighing 154 pounds has 2.2 pounds of calcium, 25 ounces of phosphorus, 4.9 ounces of sulfur and potassium, 3.5 ounces of sodium, 3.4 ounces of chlorine, 0.7 ounces of magnesium, and 0.6 ounces of silicon. Those 8 elements we can't live without. And then the 4 main elements are sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. The little that are remaining are less than 0.02%, which is 2/5 of an ounce. It's made up of trace elements, and there's at least 24, and they're found in most of your organs, and 30 or so are sometimes present in large amounts enough to detect. 11 of the 54 are necessary for life, and at least for health. Without them, you'll sicken and die. They're the very spark plugs of life, the vital reactors that keep you ticking. 8 of those metals are vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, copper, zinc, and molybdenum. There's a semi-metal, selenium. 2 are nonmetals, iodine and fluorine. They all perform one or more important functions in the chemistry of life. Most of the trace metals act as catalysts, causing chemical reactions which would ordinarily not proceed to take place at low temperatures. They are all joined to protein, making enzymes. Magnesium, for example, activates 67 enzymes having to do with energy, as well as many others. And then the chapter goes on to quite a few other very interesting parts of nature, and how the earth was made, and how the ozone was made, which is really pretty cool, and how the homeostatic mechanisms for these metals are involve the kidney, the liver, the intestinal tract, and that the body needs these essential elements to be absorbed from food. So it's really important that you have all of these elements in your body so that you can make these enzymatic reactions occur. And as we started talking about toxic metals and the uptake of toxic metals that Dr. Eck worked with, that when any one of these are missing, then these elements are taken up into the body to displace them. And that's what made the toxic metal research so important. And then we also discussed how hair is going to accumulate these through the kidneys and the liver and then the blood and the lymph. So it becomes probably the best way of looking at your body as a holistic unit of mechanics. There isn't any other way of doing it. It's just so complicated to read that I think it became one of those, when Dr. Eck tried to show the allopathic industry this methodology, there was a lot of training involved, and there may be some physicians that took it in and worked with it, but it requires a lot of training to be able to understand the nutritional means of biochemistry. So with that said, I am right now working on some food programming that I did a little bit of work with some of information from Dr. David Watts, and I'm going to start putting these into formats for you so that you can start looking at foods that are going to be best for your oxidation type right now. So I hope you enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool and I wanted to share it. And the book is The Poisons Around Us by Henry Schroeder, a medical doctor. Thanks.